Hello traders out there in Traderland, welcome to the weekend edition. This video is good through Sunday, March 13th, 2011. And Friday we woke up to some sobering news of Japan, northern Japan. Our thoughts and prayers are with all our Japanese friends. And let's get right into technical analysis. We're going to start off looking at the S&P. Now on Friday we did have a nice little pop take place, but I want to talk about a few things here. The S&P daily, we're going to be looking at daily, weekly, and monthly. Very important session here. Do share this with all your friends. It is so important that people are up to speed to the very latest and the very best of technical analysis. And I am using eSignal here, and the one thing that we're looking at on the S&P is we had this very nice uptrend. Very nice uptrend. You see these blue lines coming up, but we failed to hit our resistance right here. When we failed to do that, we go into a rising wedge formation. You can see these two trend lines starting to come together. They converge onto each other. And then we started to drop here. And let's zoom in on this drop. What we had going on here was this big bullish pennant, and the reason it's called a bullish pennant is because we have a symmetrical triangle. The symmetrical triangle that we see here was very small in size and developed on an up leg. Because of that, that makes it a pennant, not a symmetrical triangle. Nonetheless, it still has characteristics, the technical characteristics of an ascending triangle, meaning that or a symmetrical triangle, meaning they can go bullish or bearish. And even though this is called a bullish pennant because it developed on an up leg, this one still broke down. So you have to be very careful that you don't buy pennants, you don't buy triangles or flags, you buy breakouts or breakdowns. Well, you technically sell breakdowns. Now, with that said, we did get a nice breakdown. We called it on that video here that we were expecting on Wednesday a significant move one direction or the other with the resistance of the 20-day moving average. That's that blue line there. It doesn't surprise me that we moved down. We had a significant drop breaking through a lot of support areas, and then we hung up. We had a nice little support level right here. I'm going to get another line drawn into this swing right there. Swing high, resistance, support, support, support. So on Friday, a little gap down. We started off a little bearish, but then rallied up strong to close out the day. But here's what's important. This is Friday's information. And we closed here. If you come up here to the Dow, we closed over 12,000. The S&P closed over 1,300. Some key areas, the Russell's is back over 800. So we're back over resistance areas, which proves to be pretty powerful. So we have this lower swing high. So I drew this little trend line coming down. All I did is I took that trend line, doubled it. You see that? They're the same. And dropped it right here, right there on that swing low. And look at this, it comes to be a support area. So it doesn't surprise me that we got a little bounce right here, and especially since we had this area of support coming across, doesn't surprise us. So if I shrink this a little bit, we run up, 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 up. We have this little mini-me downtrend. It's if you want to call it downtrend, technically it's not that yet. But you got this little, what looks like a flag waving in the wind. Do you see that right here? So these are called bull flags. If we start to rally north, this could be a nice bull flag to get another leg heading up yet again. However, we need to bring in the weekly chart to see what the weekly's telling us. And the weekly's telling us we are in this nice, beautiful uptrend, resistance, support, resistance, support. We come up here, resistance. Come down to support. You're hearing some people talking in the background. It's here in my office. Got some activity here. So if you see this, we have a nice little pullback. We have lower high, lower high, lower high. Do you see this? We did have a higher low, but now we have another lower high. We are in this little pullback, but here is what's damaging to the technicals. We close lower than that trend line. Gang, that spells trouble. We have this bearish divergence taking place on the MACD. Now we have a close taking place below a major support line. I'm gonna draw a shadow line, which is pretty important that we do here. I'm gonna go to this shadow, draw it to that shadow, And yeah, those converged together, that both of them got snapped. Weekly is saying we're in trouble going into next week. And let's see what the monthly has for us here. Monthly, open this up so we can see what's going on here. Nice uptrend, not higher swing low. I doubled this, laid it on top there. We're having a hard time reaching this area right here. Do you see this? We're missing that top. The month hasn't closed yet, but we'd have a bearish harami trend reversal pattern starting, or a candlestick reversal pattern starting to happen. You can see we have support right here. We come across that's acting as nice resistance. We have a lower high. We still have a higher low. So what we need to do to really get bullish here is we need to get over 1325 on the S&P. We need to get over that. All right, now take a quick gander here at the Dow. The Dow, we're finding a lot of support here. You can see this resistance, support, comes across support. We're getting a bounce. We have that bull flag type look, but we did close below a trend line. This is the same trend line that we're seeing on the S&P. And if I draw another line right here coming up, you can see that we closed below it on the weekly. No good, but it's a very shallow pullback so far on the weekly. It's not concerning me that much. I do see a bull pullback taking up in a pop, but the question is, will I get a trend reversal coming up in the next few weeks? It looks like that could come to fruition very, very easily. So it's something we'll want to be watching for sure. And here's the monthly on the Dow. Monthly on the Dow, we have higher swing low. I doubled that, laid this on top of this. We're failing to hit this. Just like the S&P, we got a bearish harami with a lower high at an area that we see support. Now it's acting as resistance. And, you know, we really need to get over 12,233 to get bullish again as far as the monthly is concerned. Now let's take a look here at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ can lead the charge on some things. And here, let's draw a couple quick lines. And I have this line, and if I were to double this, if I copy that, drag it right there, we're not even close to that right here, and we're starting to reverse already. We are below the 20-day and the 50-day moving average. The question is, will we find support, and can we move up from here? This would be a pretty good line. Support, act as support. Again, can we stay above that and rally up? If we get up over this 2750 or so and break through this trend line, that would be very bullish. This bull flag look would come to fruition. We would get continuation to the upside. However, if we go here to the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly here and see what it's telling us. Weekly here, we run up, smack our head at resistance, missed it by more here. We're starting to have that rollover effect, but we are finding support at this line coming across that we've been watching for a long time at 2708. That's acted as support, but it looks a little gnarly to me right here. Big candlestick on the weekly, big drop here, and the question is, will that level hold? And we have the monthly. Take a look at the monthly. This higher swing low, I doubled that, laid it on top. We're failing to hit this. Bearish harami, lower high. We're not even reaching this area right up here at 28.55. We really need to get over 28.55 to keep going up. But this is our first lower, do you see this? Our first lower low that we've had in some time, for many, many months. And so that should be a wake-up call to each and every one of us. And then the Russells, very quickly, we have this rolling over effect taking place. Let me drop a couple lines. You'll notice that I have a lot of different lines here. I'm on another computer at this moment. And, you know, we have some support here taking place at the 50-day moving average. But you'll see it, well, it was acting as support, now it's acting as resistance. That could pose a problem to us. And I'm going to bring over the weekly. And here we are looking at the weekly. And draw another line on this one. coming up from there to there. You can see that we broke below it. That is no good. No good at all. The weeklies just look nasty. You can see that we're rolling over here. We have the bearish divergence coming to fruition. We're starting to make a drop. Just the weeklies just do not look good. Now going here to the monthly. The monthly, we're having a hard time hitting the top here. Let me double this. I'm going to copy that, bring that up right there. This one actually did touch it last month. You can see it right here. But this month, we got that bearish harami. It's almost a bearish thrusting pattern. Lower high, we're at a resistance point at 827. So as far as the monthly and weeklies are concerned, they look bearish. We're overextended. So going into next week could start off bullish. The reason I think that we could start off bullish is because of this bounce that we're supposedly going to get here. I mean, we do see a little bounce. We have plenty of upside here, maybe a day or two, but then the rest of the week could get nasty. But what's so important here is you have to play what you see, not what you think. Very, very important. If you haven't taken advantage of the 101 courses yet, please do so. And looking forward to any feedback that you'd like to give us. There is a link at the bottom of each one of those courses on the 101s. Feel free to say hello and what you think of those 101 courses. It will take you a full 4.5 hours to go through. There you have it. Remember, capital preservation comes before making a profit.